So in this screencast, we're going to walk you through another one of our solution accelerators powered by SharePoint Online, available in Microsoft BPOS or Office 365. So these solution accelerators are really intended to help small, mid-sized organizations kind of extend the value of SharePoint Online almost immediately. So if you are a customer of ours or prospective customers of ours, and you list PTG as your partner of record, then you'll have access to these solution accelerators. We've got several that we've developed, and this is probably actually one of our most popular ones, because this seems to be something that folks struggle with quite frequently, is expense report management. So in a nutshell, the problem that we solved was we had a mid-sized organization, about 80 employees, that was always struggling with the expense report management problem. They didn't have an HR system that kind of helped them marshal expense reports through a typical process that you might see in a Fortune 500 or a Fortune 1000. And so what we did was we kind of automated that process using a document library in SharePoint Online. You know, one of the problems they had was salespeople would always keep last year's or last quarter's expense report template on their desktop, fill it out, and submit it, only to find that the mileage reimbursement rate had changed, or some column calculation had changed, and then they'd have to resubmit it. So actually what we did was we embedded the SharePoint template, the expense report template inside the SharePoint document library. So whenever they choose new document, it will always pull the latest version of the expense report directly from SharePoint. So you can do this no matter where you are. You can do it if you're in the office, if you're working from home, if you're working in a remote office. This is available anywhere where you have access to a web browser. So I'm just going to choose new document here. And what's going to happen is it's going to fire Excel. And let me reposition my window here. And you'll see here that basically I'm now working in an Excel window. So what I can do is start to fill out my expense report. Now, all these attributes that you see up here in the top are coming directly from SharePoint Online. So I'm pulling information from SharePoint Online down into my Excel client and vice versa. I'm just going to fill this out real quick. So I filled out my expense report, have my name, the period, my total reimbursements being pulled from these two fields, right? So now I'm ready to submit my expense report. Status is automatically set to new. I'm just going to press save. And you'll see here, this actually shows my SharePoint Online document library. So I'm going to choose save. And now my SharePoint expense report has been saved up to the Microsoft Cloud. Now what happens in the background is an email fires to my expense report approver that tells them that, hey, you have an expense report that's due for your review, and they can now come into the document library and review it. So now I'm just going to take a look at this expense report that's just been put in. I'm just going to view the edit properties here. And I see, okay, here's the expense report, it's in a status of new, when it was created. Now, if I want to dig into this expense report a little bit more, I can go ahead and check this item out. Let's view it. Excel will fire again. Okay, so here's the item, same item I obviously just put in a few minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and approve this item. Right? And I'm going to save it. Now an email has fired to the requester letting them know that their expense report has been approved. And when I come back to my expense reports here and refresh the screen, you'll actually see that the expense report has dropped off the list. Really all that's happened there is a workflow is fired on the back end that's changed the status of that document from from approved to archive. And we just have a view set up over here. It says only show me the items where the modified is equal to me and the status is not equal to archive. So it's just an easy, we haven't lost the expense report, it's still listed in our document library, but we've changed the view now so that I'm not seeing clutter on my document library, my expense report document library that I don't need to see. So again, this solution accelerator is just an easy way for you to extend some of the inherent value that's in SharePoint Online by utilizing the workflows. If you're a current customer, just let us know that you're interested in having this solution accelerator. If you're a prospective customer, just mark us down as a partner of record and then reach out afterwards and let us know that you're interested in receiving this, and we'll be glad to make it available to you. Thanks again.